time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch out flip.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Atlanta Falcons. Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And we are under. Taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready, blue 80, back 25.
Let's go, one more.
Got it.
Room here to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
21.
Mike's Popo. Come off the ball, come on.
Hey, box drop.
44's the Mike, 44's Mike. Check.
All right, 25.
On first and 10, it's Ryan. Being chased out left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Mike, 44. You remember me? Let's go, baby.
On second down, Freeman. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's first and 10.
Check nickel.
21.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Stocker's got it, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Watch the screen.
Now the first carry for Brian Hill. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
I don't think you got it, son. Mike 51.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Flushed out right. This one caught by Ridley. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Ready, like 25. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
They'll run on first down. Freeman, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready up. 45. Check mark 45. Watch the back. Watch the back. Kill. General West. Back.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Watch the safety cream. Bridgestone, travel.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Kill.
Here's 2nd and 8. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Get it.
Operating from the gun, Mills. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Trying to get it to Landry there.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jalen Reeves-Maybin. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Check. Mike, 44.
Here's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. 94 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Well, we've seen these two, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, connect quite a few times over the years. It never gets old.
It never gets old. Well, maybe for the defense it does, but not for us who are watching it. And Julio, every time he steps on the field, you can just about mark him down for 100 yards. That's about his career average per game. But think about this. Getting in the end zone has always been a struggle for him. He gets the big yardage, but he doesn't get the touchdowns. Not this time. No matter how many people were kicked in coverage, he found a way to beat it.
Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away.
The Lions take over. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Mills out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on third.
Switch it. Come here, switch it. Ready.
Looking to throw. Mills. He's going to look deep now for Landry. He rifles one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
40, blue 80, 22, blue draw Corker. Blue ready, sit up.
On second down. It's Freeman, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Ready, blue 80, blue 80. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Check three. Ready to go.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready, like 25. Check. 21. 25. Check. 25.
On first down, Ryan. Flush. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Check, hot. Pilot, 64, weak. Towards the line. Squeeze. Here we go.
Now it's Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
A gain of 20 on the play. It's now 3rd down.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
54, south. Don't get nervous.
Now Ryan. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there for Detroit. 68 yards. The Lions into the red. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check.
2nd and 9 now. And it'll be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Ryan. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Able to push his way through. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face, and analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Ready, break. 45, check Mike 45. Switch up, switch up. He's checking, he's top.
Johnson. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On first down, Mills. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Mills. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Landry, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
On 3rd down, Mills. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Ready. On 4th down, Mills flushed out right. He may try and run for this. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Ready, Blue 80! Blue 80! Go to the mud, go to the mud. Hey, 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 hey! Blue 80's got it!
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. Open man, it's Stacker. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A final shot before break. Ryan escaping the pressure right. Looking deep for Julio. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Steps away to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mills. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
1st down, Lions.
Okay, ready? 61, Matchbox Lights.
On 1st down, it's Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Desmond Trufant. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Check tight. Check nine. Check nine. Let's go.
Throwing after the interception. Mills. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. First down, Detroit. 16 yards on the pickup. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 90. Wolf.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Back.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mills. And my goodness, another interception. It's Desmond Trufant. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Ready. 11. Check 4.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Caught by Jones. The 40. 30. 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. 78 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Falcons 28, Lions nothing.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Got it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
You might be getting tired of seeing me.
Ready.
2nd and 5. And he'll complete this one to Fulgham. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Johnson. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, defense, let's go. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Wide, get wide.
To throw on 3rd down. Mills, complete. It's Johnson. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
At the 29-yard line.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Freeman looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Bravo.
Ryan. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Stocker's got it, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Get in the weight room. Let's go. Hey.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. Completes a short throw to Stocker. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's get some check. 44, Mike, 44.
Watch the pass. 44's the Mike. 44's the Mike.
Oh, you got deep? Got it.
Now it's Ryan.
Big stop. Let's go.
Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Ryan, this complete to Jones. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one is right down Broadway. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. On 4th down, Mills. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Back to throw. Mills. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
They'll run it with Johnson, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Mills. And this is going to be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Landry that time.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part...
Look at the big man rumble. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And will they call it a touchback? No, it's out at the 1-yard line. They were inches there from blowing a golden scoring opportunity. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
That's going to be caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They'll get 34 yards there. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for him during this game.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on, like, the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Rick, 27, check Mike, 27. Switch. Fine.
On 1st and 10, Mills. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
But they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Ryan wants to throw it. Jones has it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
You. Shoot. Hey, red lance.
Here's Ryan to throw. Flush to his right. Looking end zone for Jones. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Atlanta, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. They will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll sink now to 0-4, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.